Okay, I guess we're ready to go this morning. Thanks, Monk. I want to thank Monk Blevins for arranging Tom Bevel's Enrichment Center for us today as we get started with the DeKalb-Jackson County Media Day. About 15 coaches we're going to hear from today, and I'm ready for football season. I don't know about you guys, but I know I'm ready. And to kick us off today is the Section Lions and Coach Chris Hammon. Coach, if you would introduce the players or let them introduce themselves and their position, and then some opening comments from you about this year's Section Lions. Would appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Cameron Summerford, running back.
Jed Sparks, O-line, D-line.
Justin Cornelison, offensive line.
Jalen McCarver, middle linebacker.
Yes, sir. We're excited to be back in football season. It's hard to believe it's here already. Summer's flown by. We got a good group of seniors. These guys, a lot of these guys, I think we got 10. 8 of the 10 have been with me since day one, since that first year I got there. And really, most of them started for me. Most of them's been just be a 4-year starter for them. These guys here's 4 of them. So again, we're just excited to be here today and ready to get into this football season.
Coach, you talked about the seniors, 10 seniors on the team this year. Could you tell us how many returning starters you have on the offense and defense? Yes,
sir. We've got 6 or 7 on both sides of the ball. Some of them started a few games last year and didn't start. So I think there's around 6 or 7 on both sides of the ball for us. We return our entire front line on offense. So I feel like that's going to be a plus this year for us. We're small up front, but they are experienced. So I think things will go faster in practice. They know what's going on. So, a lot stronger than we were last year, too. Had a year in the weight room.
Well, Coach, you've been at Section a little while now, kind of gotten established, got the program, it's feet on the ground. Talk about the region you're in, because it's going to be very competitive. You had a good year last year, and I'm sure you're looking forward to raising the expectations just, even more. But talk about the region you're in and kind of sort of give us some kind of outlook on maybe what your team goals are.
Yeah, a region is real similar to what it was last year. Of course, we got 5 come back in. That's probably the biggest, difference. Pisgah, they were returning a lot of starters from last year, region championship team. North Sand, always tough. Sandrock's always tough. Coach Willingham there at Collinsville, a lot of respect for them and what they do. So it's a tough region. We have gotten better each year, which is something that you want to see out of a program. Each year we went from 3-7 to 5-6 in the playoffs the first time in 13 or 14 years to winning season last year. So the goals this year, of course, is we want to have a winning season and find a way in the playoffs, and again to improve each year. And I think that their chances is there. One of the things last year I was really proud of our guys, and I think you see in a program is we was in every ball game. We was 15 points for being 9-1, and the fourth quarter we was either tied or winning going into that fourth quarter, and of course some injuries and some other things. So again, we was competitive, and that's one of the biggest things I want to see this year is just go out there and compete and make it a ball game.
Coach, if you would, that first matchup against Decatur Heritage, Section Decatur Heritage, never met before. Another program that in the last few years has really kind of begun to find themselves and find their footing in football, had a tremendous run in the playoffs last year, and had a couple of young men that set some state records, if I remember right. Talk about that first matchup against Decatur Heritage and going up against a team. It makes it a little, different that you haven't seen them before, but at the same time, that level of competition, what does that provide for Section to get started on the 2022 season?
Yeah, Decatur's a a really, really good 1A team. I think it's a quarterfinal team, and they do have a new coach there, so there's a lot of unknowns. I don't really know what he's going to run offensively or defensively. Hopefully we can get something before then. But, I feel like we're at that place where we want to play that competition. We want to see those. We want to compete with the best. To be the best, you got to play them. So, we're excited for that opportunity to play a quality team like that.
What's it going to take for you guys to kind of get to that next level in this program and get to that another winning season and win in the playoffs?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is to stay healthy. That's what's really hampered us the last 2 years is just staying healthy. And one of those things I feel like, as a coach, you want to learn from your mistakes and get better every year. And I think one of the things that hurt us in the past is not being in the shape we needed to be in, because a lot of our guys go both ways. So we really worked on June and July getting in shape, probably in the best shape we've been in. So I feel like if we can stay healthy and then just play fundamental football, we'll be fine.
Guys, I want to ask you a question. Coach had said that you guys, I believe, have been playing for him. This is his 4th season you've been playing for him. Talk about the attitude of this football team as seniors. You've been working out with your guys this summer. Maybe when the coaches are not around, do you see an attitude difference with this team than maybe one of the other teams? And we'll start here with this young man.
We've been working hard all summer, and we'll definitely be more physical than we have been in the past, tougher than we have been before.
One of you guys want to grab that mic and make a comment?
I think so. Like, I've started since Coach Hammond's been here. I really don't know no different how it was before. But I will say, since Coach Hammond's been here, it's really changed. When Coach Hammond's not around, I think we set a pretty good example for the younger guys. So I think we're doing pretty good this year.
And Coach, there's a reason that you brought these 4 guys. Could you share that with us, why you brought these 4 guys today? Because I'm sure they're the leaders of this year's team.
They are. Again, these guys have been here with me since we started. They've been battling through good times, bad times, and everything. And these are 4 just tough, hard-nosed, good men. And I trust them. They're leaders. And I'll be glad to take the field with them this fall. Very proud of where they come and their dedication to the team. And
I want to ask the players something that Coach had just seconds ago mentioned, the word trust. I asked some coaches this yesterday, or some players this yesterday. When you hear that, you hear your coach talk about, I trust these guys. I trust them. What does that mean to you to have the trust of your head coach to not only do your job as a player down in and down out, but during the week when the practice is going and you're with your teammates and you're trying to help your guys out? What does that mean to know that your head coach has your back, that he trusts you?
It means a lot. It shows that we've worked hard and been responsible through the years to get to earn his trust throughout the week when he's not there. So it means a lot to me and us.
This is for the players. If you could tell one thing to the Pee Wee football players that are looking up to you as the anchors of this team, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them that hard work pays off and never give up.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Not only hard work, but, make sure you're looking up to the right people.
For them to start working hard now and keep working hard.
Like they said, just always listen to your coaches and pay attention.
Coach Adam referred to your opening game with Decatur Heritage, but that second game of the year is against Valley Head and your brother. How's the competition there between you and your brother? I know it's going to be a great game between Section and Valley Head, rivalry there, but there's a little extra special game, I would think, for you two.
It is. There's, there's a lot for me. Again, that's where I'm from and where I went to school. I coached there. I was there 16 years. So, a lot of family, friends. It's just more than, I guess, just a brother rivalry for me. There's a lot. Like I said, I spent a lot of times of blood, sweat, and tears there, and still got a lot of purple and gold in me. So to go back there and to play them, it just means a lot to me. But again, when we take the field, it's going to be when we walk out there, we want to win, and no matter who we play against. So.
Guys, I would like for each of you to comment, if you don't mind. Coach brought you because you're leaders. What does it mean to you to be selected to come before the media today, your senior season, and represent your football team, your community, and your high school?
It means a lot. I'm thankful that he decided to bring me.
Means a lot to me, like we just talked about, the trust when he's there and when he's not there for us to lead this team this year.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely means a lot. I'm glad to be here. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, it means a lot that he thinks enough of us that we're leaders, and that he thinks enough of us that he knows we're not going to give up on him.
Coach, we got to see you guys in the spring play. What did you learn about your team in the spring game, and heading over into the fall camp? What was your main focus and things you knew you had to improve on?
Yeah, going into that spring game, I guess the biggest thing was we was out of shape. And that first drive, we took the ball 65 yards, about 7 plays, and looked really good. And after that, we got gassed, and so that was the biggest thing I seen we need to work on. We didn't in the spring. Worked on fundamentals and stuff, but when you're tired, those fundamentals get sloppy. We played a lot of new guys. And spring for me is about evaluation and seeing where we're at and if these new guys coming out, if they can help us, where they can help us. And we started probably 3 or 4 guys that's never played football a day down. They had 8 days of practice. So we got to see them on film, and they got to see themselves. And hopefully we can take those guys, and we have worked them in the summer and see if they can help us. So, that was the biggest takeaway for the spring.
Coach, I'll ask you one more question. Talk about the strengths you think of this football team as we go into, and I know you're in fall practice now, but talk about what you think will be the strengths of this section line football team this year.
Right offhand, I think toughness. These guys here are some, especially these 4, they've got a lot of grit to them, a lot of fight to them. So I think that's going into it's our biggest thing. And in football, that's a big deal, is being tough, physical, not quitting, and just having that grit. So this team here, I really feel like it's going to be the grittiest team we fielded since I've been there. So I'm excited, and I hope they don't disappoint, and I don't think they will.
Anybody else a question this morning for the section lines? Coach, you open up with Decatur Heritage, Valley Head, Collinsville, Sandrock. You got 5 on the 16th of September. Pretty tough schedule to open the 2022 season there.
Yes, sir, it is. And that's what, our region schedule we couldn't do much about. So, like I said, we're going to go out there and compete no matter who's across the field. And that's our goal each week. Somebody asked me what the biggest game was, and my answer was the game of the week, this week. And then the next week will be the biggest, and that's how we look at it.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Coach Hammon, for being here today. Thanks, guys.
For having us.
We wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you, sir.